Hi guys, so it's Anna here. I used to introduce myself like, hi, my name is Anna, but like as we know that is way too long and I gotta change that. But anyway, hi, I'm back. And I know it's been a hell of a long time for those who have been following me. And I know I haven't been posting a video in a long time, and that is due that I got really busy with schoolwork and everything, and I will tell you a little bit more about that. But yeah, so now I'm trying to get back on YouTube, so here we go. What have I been up to so far? Like, what have I been doing with my life? So basically, I've been really busy with my schoolwork and work and everything else. A lot of things have happened so far, and life hasn't been the easiest, but now I'm trying my best to get back on YouTube, and I'll see where this goes. But at the moment, I finished my 2 degrees that I was doing in Korea University. I was studying life science, and my main major would be biomedical engineering, and now I'm moving on to graduate school. So as you can see, things are pretty busy right now. I'm also in a lab, but about studying in Korea, I will give you an update on this video about how life is about like studying in Korea, what are the things you need to know before you try and decide to come to Korea. So this is basically an update to a video that I made a few years ago, but I hope you enjoy it. So let's go. So I received over these years a lot of questions from you guys about either from Portuguese people or anyone else in the world. They're asking all kinds of questions about how it is like to study in Korea. And so let me give you an update right now. And for the main first question that I have to tell you overally, my experience so far. So as you know, as I told you right now, I just finished my degrees and I'm moving on to my master's and doctorate course. But I can tell you for sure that it has not been easy. But at the same time, I don't regret my choice because I've come to learn a lot of things throughout these years, and I'm very pleased with the results I've achieved so far. But that is my own personal opinion, but that does not mean that I did not go through a lot of things. It's been quite a tough journey, I have to admit that. It's been very tough, and there's been a lot of issues along the way, but I overcame that, and I think I did a good job. Anyway, so for the first question that you guys ask me a lot is, so how does it work? How do I get into Korean university? Yada yada. So basically, this is the answer I have for everybody, which is it depends on your case. Okay, guys, it depends a lot on your case. It depends on what major you're trying to get to, what results, what is your expectations? Do you plan to move on to graduate or not? That depends. That will help you decide, I believe. So I think how do you get in depends on a lot of how you research prior to your entrance to university. For example, I would suggest you guys send a lot of emails first. I would suggest how you guys like contact the people, contact the departments you want to get to, and inform yourself of everything and all the guidelines before you try and ask one person about how it is like. I can tell you that for me, I did have, even though a lot of people try and say that she got in easy, that's not true, y'all. It was pretty hard. I had to study a lot, to be honest. I had to give in a lot of proof. I had to submit recommendation letters, and for the matter, I did submit 8 recommendation letters. That's the fact that I like to brag about. I don't think I might have not needed that much, but again, I did compete with Koreans in my major, and I was only one of the only foreigners in my major. Now, that can be different for you depending on what major you decide to study. If you decide to study media and communication or English or whatever it is, of course, you might not have the same curriculum. Furthermore, the guidelines are different too. So please do inform yourself first with the university and the department you're trying to go to before you ask me, because trust me, I cannot give you the most accurate answer, okay? Are there any scholarships? What can I do about scholarships? This all goes back to the very first thing I told you guys. Inform yourselves. Some universities have their own private scholarships, which is something you can definitely check on their website. There is also a Korean government scholarship, which is a scholarship provided by the Korean government for foreign students in other countries, usually from countries that they have a specific list of countries that they provide a scholarship to, but that is something you have to check with your embassy and see if your country does have that kind of, like bond with the Korean government, even if the embassy does provide you the first screening and so that you can apply for it. As far as I know, most countries do have the chance to apply to, so do try and go ahead if you need the scholarship. I know that it's pretty expensive to live in Korea, and plus the tuition cost can be ridiculous. So if you have a chance to apply for that scholarship, by all means go ahead and apply. There's those 2 cases. Now, when it comes to the cost of living, which is very much related to the scholarships and what can I do in terms of money, and that is going to be, honestly, guys,
I'm sorry, tinha uma coisa atrás.
When it comes to those scholarships and related to that topic, I assume that if you're looking for a scholarship, you cannot provide for yourself about the tuition and the cost of living there, which is completely understand. My mom is making a lot of noise downstairs, I'm so sorry. But anyway, moving on. If that's the case, which was my case, I did not come from a very wealthy family, unfortunately. I know, honestly, Bill Gates should adopt me. But anyway, I did not come from a wealthy family, so I did have to go all the way to try and apply for scholarships, and that included I did apply for my university scholarship. So I was blessed enough to receive it, and that's how I could honestly maintain my studies. So if the will is there and you are willing to do this, and if you have the requirements they need, then you will be able to get the scholarships. But again, guys, inform yourselves, okay? So this was going on with what I wanted to say. Cost of living in Korea. So when it comes to the cost of living in Korea, you guys should know this. Korea is pretty expensive, at least in my case, where I come from, Portugal. We have a good quality of living, like things are affordable here, university is not expensive here. So I'm very happy for that, but at the same time, I'm in Korea, right? Korea is not the same, everything is much more expensive, and according to the country you're from and according to Korea, you should know the difference and you should know that if it's okay for you. And for that reason, I tell you in my own personal opinion, and I think a lot of people agree with me, Korea is expensive. Aside from transportation, which are pretty cool, and with like 1,500 wons or something, you are able to travel pretty well, in the subway at least. It's not a big problem, but again, if you want to buy groceries, cook for yourself, eat out, and even the whole tuition thing and buying books, whatever, whatnot, it might be expensive. So do consider that before you plan ahead and try to go to Korea without the means. That's my biggest advice, to be honest. Another question I get asked a lot is like, do I need Korean to study there? Well, I mean, if you assume from the point that you're going to a country whose language you don't speak of, and you're learning the classes in that language, plus you're living there, yeah, you do need to learn the language, at least some of the basics so you can survive. That goes for any country you study at. That's my opinion, and that's how I think it will work best for you. And for that reason, again, it also depends on your major, because as I'm aware, some majors do not require that you know Korean that well. For me, I had to have some Korean skills because I had to struggle with the Korean classes. I already had really difficult classes. Plus the Korean on top of that, it was not easy, but it did help me also improve my Korean skills in a way. So for you guys, it might not be the same case, depending on if you're doing an exchange or full-time coursework. So again, do inform yourselves of that. But I honestly, in my opinion, guys, please do work on your Korean skills, because even if it's not studying related, you will need it in your daily life. That is for sure, okay? All in all, I do hope I answered your main questions. I do not want to make this video too long, but if you do have any questions, please do send me to them. I'm always answering these kind of questions all the time. But again, guys, my main message to you is please pay attention to this. I cannot give you an exact answer because this will depend a lot on how easy you adapt to the culture, how it is for you to obtain a scholarship, how it is for you to have the requirements for university, how much willpower you have. Willpower. Again, this is my biggest tip. If you really want it, and I think people who really want it, you guys should try it. But if you guys are very unsure about it and you're just curious about it, and that's why you want to go to Korea, because let me be honest with you guys, if you're really into K-pop or suddenly you're into dramas or whatever, and I mean, there needs to be willpower, because it really is not easy. But if you want to do this, and if you're sure about this, and this is your dream, your passion or whatnot, then this is my advice for you. You have to be sure you want this, because it's probably not going to be the easiest choice, but it may reward you depending on how you choose to live it and how you choose to go for it. So I'm all up for people going after the dreams. God knows I followed mine. So if you really want it, guys, go for it. But inform yourselves. Information is the key, okay? Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope you do like this video enough. Please subscribe. Let me know what else would you like to see from me. I'll try to keep up with my YouTube. I swear, this time I really swear. And you can follow me on my Instagram, you can check out my tweets on Twitter. I don't really post that much, but anyway. And on Facebook as well. So thanks a lot for watching and fighting.